Good afternoon, everyone. If you would all please rise as we begin our ceremony with the national anthem, led by our students in Alden Street a cappella.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattled, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please join with me in a spirit of prayer and reflection. Gracious source of all that is true and good and beautiful, we gathered today to honor those who have served our country and given of their time, their talents, and even their lives, so that we may gather here and prayerfully reflect in freedom. Remind us that our precious gifts, those of life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, unremarked unless they're threatened, are secured by those willing to make such sacrifice to ensure future generations continue to know life in a free, fair, and democratic society. Grant that our reflections today honor those who made that choice, and may the remembrance of sacrifices made prompt us all gathered to seek justice, to foster freedom, and to pursue the ways of peace. May we honor their service to this nation by uplifting their voices, their lives, their leadership, and their vital and continued presence in our communities, this day and every day. Amen. And now I would like to welcome to the podium Tiffany Jones to tell us a bit about the history of Veterans Day.
Veterans Day stretches back 105 years to 1918. In that year, on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, an armistice was declared between the Allied nations and Germany in the First World War, then commonly known as the Great War or the War to End All Wars. Commemorated as Armistice Day beginning in 1919, November 11th became a legal federal holiday in the United States in 1938. In the aftermath of World War II and the Korean War, Armistice Day became Veterans Day, a holiday dedicated to remembering the service and sacrifice of American veterans of all wars. Today, we gather to honor all those who have led in service to their country and its ideals. Veterans Day is not, at its heart, a political event. What we really hold close to our hearts are the men and women who have served this great nation unconditionally, putting the well-being of their families and neighbors above their own, ensuring a wealth of opportunities for generations to come. It is an honor to recognize those who have made great sacrifices in the past and those who pick up the torch and secure our future. Let us all, those who have served and those who benefit from that service, reflect not only on that sacrifice of the veterans and the service members, but also the ideals their service is meant to uphold. The ideals of freedom, equality, the right to speak and believe what we desire, liberty in thought and expression, and the pursuit of happiness. At this time in our world where, again, violence and the loss of human rights and dignity are very real threats, at home and abroad, we must take time to honor and reflect on those ideals which we call to our better nature. Thank you.
To introduce today's speaker, I would like to welcome to the podium Luis Rodriguez.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Luis Rodriguez, a Marine Corps veteran who served from 2013 to 2019. I'm currently a senior in the psychology program, and today I'm going to be introducing Jacqueline Wolf. Jacqueline Wolf is currently serving as the coordinator of the Veterans and Military Services here at Springfield College. She served 10 years in the Air Force Reserves, followed by 7 years of active duty in the Army. While using her GI Bill to pursue her education, she began working in her college's Veterans Office. She has now worked in the Veterans Education over the course of 15 years at several different institutions. Jacqueline has an associate's in liberal arts from Windward Community College, Hawaii, a BA in anthropology from Hawaii Pacific University, and a master in professional studies with a concentration in higher education administration from the University of North Alabama. The GI Bill made all her education possible. Now, Jackie, if you could please come to the podium.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Louis, Tiffany. Okay, so the GI Bill made everything possible for me. I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I think Louis did a good enough job with my bio, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the history of the GI Bill because it was so profound of an impact for so many people. The GI Bill was originally named as the Servicemen's Readjustment Act of 1944. It was created to avoid the issues that arose after the return of the World War I veterans. The American Legion helped create the plan, and I'm really glossing over, there's a ton of history in it if anybody ever wants to look it up. So it kickstarted the baby boom, it helped millions to receive college education, and it also helped many veterans to gain homes, helping to create suburbs and American way of life. But we must know that we stand on the shoulders of those that came before us. The reason that they created the GI Bill was because of the veterans that had returned from World War I. They were promised to be paid a bonus that they would not receive until almost 20 years later in 1945. But then the Great Depression came, and in 1932 there were approximately 20,000 frustrated veterans. They were known as the bonus marchers, and they marched on Capitol Hill demanding their bonus money because they were having trouble finding jobs, they were having trouble feeding their families, and there was money that had been promised to them that they were still waiting for. So they marched and they camped out and they waited and waited, and the money didn't come, and there were votes going on in Congress and the Senate, and they still did not receive their funds. Some concessions were made for some money was given to return some back home, and about 2,000 of them remained camped out in DC. At this point, President Herbert Hoover was frustrated by the whole ordeal, and he sent the Army, led by General MacArthur, out to deal with the bonus marchers. And General MacArthur took this order to heart, and he had his soldiers armed with bayonets, and they went above and beyond what was actually asked of them, and they forced the soldiers off the land with the bayonets, and they set fire to their camps, basically pitting soldiers against veterans. So after Roosevelt became president and World War II was starting to wind down, they decided that they wanted to avoid going into that again with their next round of veterans that would be coming home. And so Roosevelt began crafting something, but with the help of the American Legion, they were able to create an even better plan, which gave us the GI Bill, and it provided for housing as well as education for the veterans, and was able to reshape how America was moving forward, giving education to many, many people in homes that never would have been possible before. So today, we have a new GI Bill, and this GI Bill had been crafted based on the experiences of our Vietnam veterans when they had returned home. And today, we have given education benefits to somewhere around 1 million students at this point. And it's definitely a transformational experience, and one that has been really great for many students. And this is why I'm so proud to do what I do, that we are able to help influence, hopefully building the nation bigger, stronger, and educating our veterans.
At this point, I would ask all to rise as we lay a wreath in honor of those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for their country. Please remain silent during the laying of the wreath, followed by the playing of taps.
Thank you.